tight end set. Third down and 1, and Carson breaks through. First down and more. Finally forced out of bounds at the Colts 27-yard line. Play clock at 2. Third down and 6. Wilson to the end zone. What an adjustment, and the catch made for a touchdown by Tyler Lockett.
Third and goal from the 6. Pressure's coming. Murray breaks away. Murray throws on the run, back of the end zone. Caught Hopkins. Did he get in bounds? He did! Touchdown Cardinals. Jack Rabbit Jenkins was in on the coverage.
Toss play Mitchell. Mitchell with a flag down into the secondary. Breaks a tackle, and Mitchell all the way for the touchdown.
Meet Google Fi, a phone plan by Google. With Fi, only pay for the data you use, or go unlimited. Either way, you always get nationwide 5G coverage, privacy and security features, and family features included.
Always better than what people think.
Now it's 3rd and 13. Allen steps up. Allen hit from behind. T.J. Watt, the ball is free. Loose football. Steelers believe they got it.
The word on the field is a fumble. Recovered by the defense.
But he's facing a 3rd and 8 here. 4-man San Francisco rush. Goff pressure comes. He's intercepted. Picked off by Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw going to take it to the house. Waves goodbye for the touchdown.
And man, we could have seen Darius Leonard celebrate. He was so excited.
Second down and 20. Final minute of this second quarter. As Wilson fires downfield. Lockett. He's got it. Touchdown. His second of this first half. Wow. 69 yards.
Wow.
4:14 to go until halftime. Play action. Darnold steps up. Deep shot for Robbie Anderson. He's got him. Touchdown. The former Jets teammates combine on the score.
Bud Dupree up there at the top. That's why they brought him here, to just this situation. Number 48 for the Titans. He's pressuring. Murray stops on a dime. Rolls to the far side. Not much is there. Steps back and throws, and it's caught by Moore. What a catch. What a play by Kyler Murray. Going deep. Jamar Chase. He's got it. Chase to the end zone. That's a Bengal touchdown.
Sideline. Elusive in the pocket. Moves out. Going for it all downfield. It is caught inside the 10-yard line by Brandon Cooks.
From the 19-yard line, first down. Garoppolo off the play action. Finds Kittle at the 35. Kittle with a stiff arm. Throwing the right hand. And Kittle into Lions territory. Down to the 46-yard line.
And now in motion. Heineke pump fakes. Puts some air under it. McLaurin wide open. And it is caught. Was he in bounds? Yes, he was. A miraculous catch by McLaurin.
Pressure coming. Garoppolo hit as he throws. A wobbler down the sideline, and it's caught. Deebo Samuel with the catch and trying to turn on the Jets. He'll take it all the way for the touchdown. 79 yards. The lob from Garoppolo to Samuel. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the rookie from USC, in motion.
Welcome to the ESFFL podcast.
Check. What is going on? Oh, I forgot my green screen. All right, there we go. Now we're back in business, boys. All right, what is going on? What is going on, everybody? As you can see, it is just myself here with you today. No, Zach, he is on his way to go watch the Rams game that is going on later today. Big morning of football today. So let's just kind of see what we got going on here. Just looking at some highlights from last week. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me get the chat going on. If anyone wants to say anything, any questions today, we're just going to go over all these morning games really quick to get. Oh my God, this is embarrassing. There we go. Now we're a proper show. Now we're good. Just wanted to go over some morning games here today. I know we got a lot on the line here in the morning. Cowboys game against the Chargers here at 1 o'clock here. Just a lot of good football this week. A lot of good matchups in fantasy as well, which we'll go over real quick. And then answer any fantasy questions if anybody's got them. Doesn't matter what it is. If you got questions about who you're starting, go ahead and throw it up in the chat, and we'll get to it as soon as it comes up. Any quick news that's going on right now? Let's see. Speaking of the Steelers over here, Devin Bush and I want to say it was a cornerback, Hyde or hey, who was it? What's his name? Let's see. Sleeper, help me. Joe Hayden, big time cornerback for the Steelers here, and Devin Bush are going to be out with groin injuries. That's the latest that we're heard from Pittsburgh. Just going to be a couple injuries there to kind of help Derek Carr and that offense out later today in that matchup against Pittsburgh. But other than that, it seems like everything's kind of going well. Nothing else, nothing crazy. Odell Beckham is still hurt, dealing with some kind of injury, and I don't know. It's not looking good for that guy over there. But that should just about do it as far as any type of injuries or updates for right now. Just wanted to remind you guys to double check your lineups. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these matchups, see what we got going on here, and what the tail of the tape is for some of these matchups. Let's go ahead and go into the league and check out some of these matchups. If I can expand that a little bit. Let's just go ahead and dive right into some of these matchups. Maybe we get some questions here later on. Let's go ahead and kick it with the bottom over here with the Green Bay Packers facing on the AB and the Young Bucks. Hunter already starting off with a pretty decent lead, 23-9 in that last Thursday night matchup with the Giants and football team. Terry McLaurin, absolute beast Thursday night. What a game, by the way. Just an incredible matchup. Everyone, I'm sure, was on their feet with another great NFC East game. Washington. Giants look terrible again. Washington still holding strong, keeping above water for now. But McLaurin with 11 receptions, 107 yards and a touchdown. Even threw in a little tackle there on the stat sheet. But great performance from him to help propel Hunter into the lead against Swoosh here. The 9.45 comes off the performance from Saquon Barkley, which another week of some struggling here from Saquon. It's 2 weeks in a row. Still had the 13 carries, but game script kind of had it to where they couldn't really get the run game going all that well. Just kind of worries out of Saquon there. So I know he was still coming off an injury, short week 2. Hopefully this next week he has the long week to help him propel himself into the top 5 running backs for next week in fantasy, but it's yet to be seen out of Saquon and the Giants. Let's look into the rest of the matchup that they got going on here, see if there's any saving grace with Hunter getting 66% chance to win here in this matchup. Starting off with quarterbacks, we got Lamar Jackson versus Matt Stafford. Lamar against this KC defense I think it's going to be a tough going for him. Casey's pretty decent against the pass, I would say, and really good at containing like the backfield for any offense, really. And I don't know. I think it's going to be a limited performance out of Lamar, especially with the carousel of running backs going through that backfield in Baltimore. And I think Marquise Brown is also injured or dealing with an injury right now. Something to check into right now. So, I mean, you can't pull him unless you have a solid backup there. Let's see, going to win. Dope. This is my business. Okay. Let me see. I gotta get a better look at the chat here. This is not gonna work out for me. There we go. Nope. Come on now. Let's get the chat going. Tell me I'm going to win. Oops, this is my business profile. All right. Welcome, Zach, into the chat. Glad to see you here. There we go. Now I can properly check the chat here. Beyond the Lamar Jackson, we got Matt Stafford in Indy. I think that's an automatic play. I love Stafford this year. I think he's an MVP caliber quarterback, and he continues his journey to MVP prowess here against Indy, who is spotty at best, starting out here. What's his name? Elijah Mitchell. The new hotness coming onto the streets here. With Mostert being out for the season here, I like the start. I mean, I know we paid a hot $69 fab to go ahead and pick this guy up. Let's see if it's worth it, for the rest of the way here. I do like the running backs in San Francisco nonetheless. Probably see a match against Saquon's performance in 9 to 10 points. We got Joe Mixon going against Kareem Hunt. Give me Joe Mixon, apparently. I've probably one of the biggest Joe Mixon haters, but considering like his last week's performance, I like Joe Mixon. As long as he stays healthy, I don't see why you can't start him. Kareem Hunt against Houston, you have to start that. Cleveland's going to run the ball down Houston's throat, and I think we're going to see the proper Houston Texans instead of the absolute demolition that they had last week. I was not expecting the 34 points against Jacksonville. So I could see a lot of Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb in that matchup there. DK Metcalf against Devontae Adams and A.J. Brown going against the 23-point performance from Terry McLaurin. DK Metcalf against Tennessee. Give me 2 touchdowns there. Tennessee still has some issues in that secondary that they have to figure out. I don't think they're there yet. Devontae Adams is probably going to be just as good with 2 touchdowns as well against Detroit. I don't know who's going to be covering him, but it's not going to be enough. Devontae Adams for another big game. And then A.J. Brown. I think we have to see we've yet to see the Tennessee Titans offense yet. I think Tennessee comes back strong this week. Against Atlanta. So I'm not really too worried about the offense of Tennessee. So I think we'll have a good performance from DK Metcalf. I'm sorry, this is Antonio Brown. I'm tripping. Antonio Brown. I actually think he's going to have a really good game against Atlanta. Watch him burn a couple defenders deep over the middle. Maybe not a touchdown, 1 touchdown, I'm going to say, and then 100 yards on the game. Darren Waller, look for him to eat against Pittsburgh, especially now that Devin Bush is out of there, who usually does kind of pick up the tight end for Pittsburgh, going against Kelsey. I'm going to be watching this matchup very carefully. Let's see. I don't know how I like better, actually, in this matchup. Waller against Pittsburgh, Kelsey against Baltimore. I actually like Waller. I think Baltimore's going to put an emphasis on Kelsey and trying to stop him up until the moment that Tyreek Hill burns them deep. We got a message here in the chat. Trey Sermon or Mitchell rest of season. Oh, man. Or is that Sony Michel? Okay, so Trey Sermon or Sony Michel. Oh, man. The only thing I do not like is we still have, what's his name? My name is Jeff. Jeff gosh, who is that other running back for San Francisco? Anyway, he is going to be coming back here shortly. And I don't know. I think just between what Kyle Shanahan has done already with Elijah Mitchell, it's going to be hard to tell who's going to be the back, if there is going to be one. I think this is a running back by committee type of backfield. And then also, you're going to have Trey Lance coming into the mix at some point in this season. I don't know when, depending on how good or bad Garoppolo is these next couple weeks. We might see Trey Lance in the mix as well. So there's going to be a lot. Jeff Foxworthy, thank you. I was looking for that. But yeah, I think it's going to be just a muddled up mess over there in the backfield of San Francisco. And I kind of want nothing to do with it now that Mostert is out of there. Looking up quickly, let's wrap up this matchup here. James Robinson against Rob Gronkowski in the flex. We're going to have a 2 tight end flex here. So we're going to have Travis Kelce and Rob Gronkowski for Hunter this week. I love the super tight end flex here. Man, I think it's a matchup you have to play as well. I mean, especially against Atlanta. They struggle against any type of pass defense. So I like that start. Julio Jones gets a start as well. I like him over... we got Tyson Williams. Again, another muddled up running back field due to injury, and I'm not the biggest fan of that one as well. Defenses here, we got a swoosh with Green Bay defense against Detroit. Look for a kind of disappointing performance from that defense. I actually think Detroit is going to end up just as like they did last week against San Francisco with a lot of garbage time points. So keep an eye out for that late. Chicago against Cincinnati, I think you have to start him, but Joe Burrow is looking really good this year, so I'd keep an eye out on that. Plus, Joe Mixon is healthy, and he's playing well, so good luck to those defenses there. On to the next matchup really quick. Let's see who else we got here. Since, Zach, we have you in the chat, let's go on to your matchup against the birthday boy, young Steve, and the Irvine Goats. Here in this matchup, going quarterback first. We've got Justin Herbert for Zach and Tom Brady for Mr. Swatkins over there. Again, talking about this Buccaneers-Atlanta matchup, I think the Bucs are going to hand over, Atlanta's going to hand over this game on a silver platter to Tom Brady. Look for him to have 3 touchdowns easily, perhaps maybe within the first half. And then Steven Oswell has the stack down here with Chris Godwin. Out of those 3 touchdowns, I see Chris Godwin pulling in one of those easily. So I love the stack there. I think that's going to be the stack to have in this week 2. Justin Herbert going against Dallas defense with the Austin Eckler running back stack here. I'm still questioning it, but this I think would be a perfect opportunity to see what you have in both of these starters here for LA. And, I mean, Herbert had a decent game last week. I see him having, against Dallas here. It's tough to say, especially with DeMarcus Lawrence dealing with an injury, our only real pass rusher, apparently on the defensive line. He's going to have the time. Eckler's going to have the opportunity to be patient in that backfield. So I'd consider both of these a hot start this week and a lot of points to be put up in that matchup against Dallas. Nick Chubb also in the mix here for Steven. Beautiful start here against Houston. Again, we're going to see that the real Houston Texans team here. And Cleveland, I feel, is going to hand over a few 100 yards on offense. I'm going to say Nick Chubb is going to be fed 20 touches at least. And that's not including what Kareem Hunt's going to do. So look for him to eat over there against the Texans. Love these wide receiver matchups here. Stephon Diggs and CeeDee Lamb against Godwin, Cooper Kupp. This one's a toss-up to me, honestly. I think Cooper Kupp is going to eat, but I really do like what CeeDee Lamb is going to be capable of doing against that Chargers defense. I think there's just too many people you have to cover against Dallas's offense now that everyone's healthy. I figure they're going to struggle covering everybody. Stephon Diggs, he's going to eat. I think Byron Jones might be covering him in that in that game. The only thing is like humidity is supposed to be apparently an issue there, so keep an eye out on that matchup. I know I am starting a defense in that matchup. Tight end, we have Tyler Higbee against Dallas Goedert. I like Higbee in this one, but I don't know. All signs point to Philly offense being just as good as they were last week. So I am confusion on that one. Have another chat here. Tyson Williams or Javonte Williams? Ooh, good question. Tyson, I do like, but we are seeing more and more of those acquisitions from Baltimore starting to become apparent on the active roster. So Devonta Freeman is now apparently on the active roster. Expect him to have a couple reps. Tyson had a great performance against the Raiders, but Raiders were a shoddy run defense to begin with. I really do like Javonte Williams in this matchup. I would go ahead and start him confidently. Melvin Gordon's going to get his, but I feel like this is going to be a very possession-heavy Broncos offense throughout the whole season. And in order to do that, I think you got to keep chugging away with Javonte Williams. He's going to break out, and especially against this matchup here. I like the way that looks. And it just kind of helps be more confident in that start than the mess that is Baltimore's backfield right now. Good question. Good question. Let's see. Oh, let's go. I knew Ashley was running Swoosh's team. That's hilarious. All right, enough of that matchup. We already know who's going to win. It's Steven by a landslide. I have him as the highest scorer of the week behind Tavo, actually. So we'll have to go ahead and see what's going on with this next matchup, including Tavo against Jared, cooking with Dalvin, part 2, with the 7-point lead head start with the Logan Thomas performance against the Giants. I love Logan Thomas, man. Big Logan Thomas fan over here. Shoot. It's just, I don't know. Heineke is going to have to kind of get it together, get more comfortable behind the ball. We'll see how that goes. Let's go start from bottom to top here. Let's go defenses here. I love New England defense here against the Jets. Look for them to put up a 20-point performance easily. For San Francisco, might be some trouble here. Hate to admit it, but the Eagles looked really good week 1. And I've heard a lot of talks of the Eagles having a Detroit type of performance against San Francisco, putting up 30 points at the least. So keep an eye out on that matchup. I know you can't not start them, so you got to do what you got to do here. Kickers, we haven't talked about kickers, so let's continue to not do so. Deontay Johnson against Chase Claypool. Love the matchup here. Oh, man. Against the Raiders. I think Deontay Johnson is a little bit more reliable, but you got the big play performance coming out of Chase. I think you go Deontay just because Chase was getting up slow in a couple plays last week, and Deontay just looks like he's gotten faster from last year. So let me go Deontay. We got Melvin Gordon against DJ Chark. I do like Melvin Gordon against Jacksonville. I think Urban Meyer's already given up in Jacksonville. I think he's already tired of it and ready to go back to college ball. Got another question here from Ashley, a.k.a. Swoosh. We got AB or Debo or AB or Julio. Oh, man. I like AB over Julio, but I do like Debo over AB. Brandon Ayuk is still dealing with a lot of whatever he's dealing with. It's tough to say there what is actually happening, but I like Debo. Debo is all points point towards Debo having another great week this week. Love the matchup, especially against Philadelphia. I think Garoppolo's going to have the time to sling that thing deep and connect with him multiple times. Mike Evans, Amari Cooper, DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley. Man. Mike Evans, D-Hop for sure. Amari Cooper might have a great game here against the Chargers. Look for him to get open. The only thing is Chargers safety is back in the mix over there. Can't remember on the top of my name. I think he's number 33. He was hurt last year. Back in midseason form already, looking good. So Cooper might not have the big plays, but he'll have, I'm going to say, 8 or 9 receptions. Let's say 80 yards. No touchdown. Running backs, we're looking at Dalvin Cook, Miles Sanders against Christian McCaffrey, and who else we got? James Conner. And this is, I think, Tavo's biggest weakness here is his running backs. He's got one, and that's it. James Conner is playing second fiddle there in Arizona, and I think it's not even close on who we think this should be getting the bulk of the carries. And it's funny to me because there's not many options beyond that. So, I mean, James White, you start James White. I probably wouldn't, to be honest. But against Minnesota, I think you can start him. But, I mean, I've been trying to trade Tavo. Well, he needs running backs. I got him. We'll figure something out here. But McCaffrey, I actually don't see him scoring a touchdown again for the second week in a row against this New Orleans Saints defense. They absolutely mollywopped the Packers last week. And I think the Saints are actually legit. So we'll find out if they can keep McCaffrey out of the end zone. I think it shows how good the Saints are. He still will come up with 100 yards from scrimmage, probably have like 15 carries and 10 receptions, but no touchdowns this week. Knock on wood. Mahomes against Murray. I think this is the best quarterback matchup of the week. The Sunday night game for Mahomes, I think, is going to take it over in this matchup between quarterbacks. Kyler Murray is still going to have a great game, though, especially against that Minnesota defense that looked pretty sus against the Bengals. So we'll see how that goes. I think Kyler Murray runs a lot more than he did in week 1, but still has a huge pass attack. All right, next matchup we got. Let's go Zach's fantasy team against the Wuhan Tiger Kings. Both teams reeling from week 1, looking to get their first win of the season. Zach is up 13.1 against 9.6 against Diego. Antonio Gibson with 9.6 for Diego, 13 carries, 69 yards. Nice. We got Sterling Shepard with the 13. Oh, shit. Oh, God, what happened? Let's go back. Where did that 13 points come from? Sterling Shepard. Good spot start, I think, actually. The 9 receptions, 94 yards. He's a decent flex for a flex position there. So big fan there. Quarterbacks, we got Russell Wilson going against Josh Allen. Let's make this a little bit bigger here. There we go. Now you guys could probably see. Russell Wilson against Josh Allen. I actually like Russell Wilson big time. I think Josh Allen's going to struggle, to be honest, against Miami here early. Probably figured out later, but they are going to have a tough time getting going against Miami, whose defense is looking really good, actually. Just wait and see after this matchup how good they are. Russell Wilson, Tennessee, just looking like half the defense that they were when they were in the AFC Championship not too long ago. I think we do see Derrick Henry come back in full form this week, but not as give me Kamara against Henry here. I think Kamara just rolls over the Carolina defense. Running backs here, DeAndre Swift might actually outperform Antonio Gibson here in week 2 against Green Bay. Corey Davis against Justin Jefferson. I think we actually see a touchdown and 80 yards out of Justin Jefferson here against Arizona. That is if Kirk Cousins has room to breathe after the 5-sack performance from the Cardinals defense last week. But Corey Davis, I think, is still a smart play here. A.J. Brown against Seattle versus Keenan Allen. I actually had these guys probably about the same, to be honest. Give me Keenan Allen, actually. I think Julio has the bigger game between the two, but it's not by much. So we'll see. Noah Fant against George Kittle. Matchup-wise, I like these equally. I think George Kittle's going to be covered pretty well. So give me Noah Fant in that one. I like that upside against Jacksonville. They're going to let everything go. Allen Robinson, that was another piece of news that was kind of just slid on by this morning. Allen Robinson is, I mean, we're probably going to see more Justin Fields according to reports. Justin Fields is probably going to get a few more snaps. I mean, could possibly start depending on what Dalton does this week against his old team in Cincinnati. So I think Dalton's going to have an extra emphasis on doing well this week. So it's yet to be seen, but look for Allen Robinson to have a great game. Kenyon Drake isn't even supposed to be the number one guy here, according to John Gruden. Peyton Barber from the Washington practice squad, former running back out of Tampa Bay. Is that correct? I want to say that's correct. Is supposed to get the majority of the work there for Las Vegas. So give me Allen Robinson, Chase Edmonds, the number one in Arizona. I think Sterling Shepard stays on top in that matchup. Kickers, whatever. Tampa Bay, I think, has a field day against Atlanta. But Denver might come up big in turnovers against Jacksonville, so keep an eye out for that. Who wins this matchup? Man, if Zach could come back against Diego, that would be hilarious. So I'm going to choose Zach. Good luck, Zach. And lastly, we have the biggest matchup of all. Myself, Trey Area 5150s against Singer Sly Dogs, and Josh. Big thing here is the Monday night matchup. I can't wait to see how that even goes. But we have Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones going up against Jamal Williams and TJ Hawkinson. And it's looking to be a pretty big game Monday night. Could go either way, honestly. At my prediction for that game, Aaron Rodgers struggles early, especially with Bakhtiari still out in that offensive line. Make things difficult for the Packers. Especially in the running game. I think Detroit is sneaky good, but not great. Their offense, Jared Goff has them kind of rolling. That's why I pulled Gaskin for Jamal Williams, who was dealing with a chest injury, but is cleared off the injury report today, as of yesterday. Still has another day to kind of rest that up. So I like starting two Detroit Lions skill players here with Jamal Williams and TJ Hawkinson against Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones. Does Aaron Rodgers go above 25 points in fantasy? Probably. But is he going to have a 30, 40-point game? I hope not. I don't think so. Aaron Jones, I think, also sees limited potential here, limited ceiling with that Detroit defense. All right, so we got Ryan Tannehill and Ezekiel Elliott on my side. Two of my biggest question marks here going into this week too. But two guys I think are going to have the biggest comebacks. So I think Tannehill has a good game, bounces back to having what we're used to seeing out of Tannehill and Tennessee's offense. And Ezekiel Elliott, I think, comes back big now that Zach Martin is back in the mix, back off the COVID list, and looks a little bit better there. Najee Harris, I think, is going to go off against Las Vegas. Sorry, Swoosh. Sorry you had to hear it, but I think that's what's going to happen. Had 100% of the snaps in the backfield last week. So something to keep an eye out for all your Najee Harris owners. This guy is the bell cow for the Pittsburgh. Got another comment in here. Start one. Antonio Brown, Deontay Johnson, Damian Harris, Kareem Hunt, Elijah Mitchell. Oh, my. Ooh, okay. AB, Deontay Johnson, Damian Harris, Kareem Hunt, Elijah Mitchell. If it's a full PPR, I'm going... man, stuffed Mad Max. Hey, Mad Max is probably one of my favorite guys on the defensive line right now. I do fuck with Mad Max. But Najee Harris has to eat. Somebody's going to have to eat back there. In that question here, AB, Deontay Johnson. To me, it's AB, Damian Harris, Kareem Hunt. I think it's a one flex league, half PPR. Damian Harris, I think, is the safest bet. If you need a safe start, I think you go to Damian Harris. And if you need the points with the half PPR, I think you go Kareem Hunt. I think the biggest potential, the biggest ceiling comes out of Kareem Hunt, especially being a half PPR. Look for him to have a few receptions coming out of there. If you need the absolute, somebody to go off, I think AB has the biggest go off potential here. But the lowest floor, just too many mouths to feed in Tampa Bay on what should be an easy victory. So if you need all the points, I would go AB. If you need the floor, I would go Damian Harris. If you need a safe ceiling, I'd go Kareem Hunt. Elijah Mitchell, if you just need the X factor and you're just feeling it. That's my answer to that question. Looking back into this matchup real quick, let's finish this off before these games get started. We got Robert Wood. Oh, let's go David Montgomery against Cincinnati. David Montgomery is bouncing back to full form, finishing off pretty much what he did last season. He's looking good. I think that doesn't stop against Cincinnati. Look for him to have a good game there. Robert Woods, Deebo Samuel against Tyreek Hill and Adam Thielen. Tyreek Hill is my absolute kryptonite. I have lost many games because of Tyreek Hill. This Sunday night primetime game, good God. It is going to be tough, man. I don't see him scoring anything under 25 points. We see a peace sign out of Tyreek Hill for sure. So give him the 60-yard touchdown. Maybe even runs one for 20 yards or so. So 25-point floor for Tyreek Hill at his worst. Adam Thielen, I'm not too scared of, especially with the Arizona defense. Has performed well so far. Deebo Samuel, Robert Woods, I just think they're safe starts this week. Robert Woods especially, Deebo Samuel potentially goes off for the second week in a row against Philly. I'm really hoping that's the case. We already talked about TJ and Jamal. I like those starts Monday night. Jared Cook, Josh using my own guy against me. I loved Jared Cook. I've had him like past 3 years or so. And it's sad to me that he would stoop to these levels and start Jared Cook against me. I hate that. So T. Higgins again in his flex with Darrell Henderson. Man, I like T. Higgins, but he's starting to fade into the backdrop or into the background. That's what it's called. He's starting to fade into the background now that Jamar Chase is the new hotness in that connection with Joe Burrow from LSU. So T. Higgins, yeah, you can start him. I'm not expecting too much out of him, especially since Tyler Boyd is also in the mix still. So good luck with that one. Chicago D, I think, what's his name? Oh my gosh, a kid from here. What's his number 32, 33? Someone help me out with that one if they can. And then lastly in the flex, we have Damian Harris and Darrell Henderson. I like Damian Harris for 100 yards from scrimmage every week. He's the safest flex you can have, especially against the Jets defense, who is already injured, already hurting from last week. I expect Bill Belichick to get him in the end zone once, but 100 yards from scrimmage overall. Darrell Henderson is going to eat, I feel. Maybe Swift gets in the mix a little bit more now that he's back there. Kickers, I think they're both going to go off. That's all the kicking talk we're going to do for today. The 6 points out of Washington really saved my matchup this week because I was a 30% projected victory going into this one. And the 6 points definitely makes it tough for Josh. It makes it easy for me. But I struggled with starting either Buffalo's defense against Miami, in Miami, or New Orleans against Carolina. I just really like the way New Orleans looked against Green Bay and think it's going to be a good game for the Saints. I think Jameis Winston is going to go off as well. So got another 2-3 minutes before kickoff here. So if you got any more questions, let me know. In the meantime, that's probably going to do it for us here. Let's see. Let's see what else. What else? Anything else? Anything else? Let's see if we can't find anything else here. All right. If that is it, that will be it. Any last questions here? If anything, we'll take a look at some footage here real quick on this. What's the game coming up right now? Let's go the Eagles Falcons game real quick, and just take a look at what is going on with these Eagles. Because that's my biggest question right now, is figuring out what Philly is really about. Because I had them, winning maybe 5 or 6 games. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Here we go. Let's bring up the audio.
4-man rush. Ryan floats one. Caught. Ridley. First down.
Calvin Ridley too.
3rd and 7.
I was big on him last year with Julio. This year, not so much. It's gonna be tough to be the one guy there. I had Russell Gage starting out there, not so much anymore. Let's take a quick look at this, and then we're gonna end the stream right after this. So, got any last-minute questions? We got a minute before lineups get locked in.
Hurts to throw it again. Same play, other side. Watkins has a block. Watkins with the speed and another first down. 2nd down and 8. This time,
Jalen Hurts, the RPO is something to look out for if you're San Francisco.
Lofting left, going for the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. Devontae Smith, first NFL catch, is a score.
Devontae Smith.
Patterson getting a run across the 20. Nice cut for Patterson. Flag flies from the secondary as Cordero Patterson.
Holding. Defense number 98.
Kyle Pitts in the slot for Atlanta. They're going to run it to Patterson again. Good hole. First down and more.
Cordero, man, he's been everywhere. Love to see him playing.
Traded, but staying in the same place. Marcus Epps, you talked about, he's being evaluated for a head injury.
2nd down. Patterson again. Good cut. Cordero Patterson still has the speed.
It's crazy to me. He's a running back now. That's just what he is. Special teams, wide receiver, running back.
4-man rush. Ryan in trouble. Pressured, stays up. Tucks and runs. Matt Ryan showing the legs. Diving. Did he get there? It is close.
Matt Ryan should not be running like that.
4th down. Ryan going to throw over the middle. It's Pitts. Did he get enough? He caught it. Now where did he catch it? Right there. Looks like he's going to have enough. But boy, is that close. Oh, he got a good spot. 4th down.
Let's see here.
Ryan going to throw over the middle. It's Pitts. Did he get
Same
enough?
play. Okay, what happened there?
First and goal. Another 4-man rush. Ryan.
All right, let's skip ahead here. All right, 10 o'clock. Everything is locked in right now. So good luck with your matchups. That's probably going to do it for me as well. Yeah, good luck with your matchups. Steven, happy birthday, my man. Hope you enjoy it. Other than that, that's going to do it for me. Good luck watching these games. Go Cowboys. And San Francisco, I hope you whoop on the Eagles. Other than that, have a good Sunday. Enjoy it. And that's going to do it for your boy.
2nd and 10. Hurts. Sanders is wide open. Nobody near him. He's trying to leap over people. And he has never really gotten in any group. But then again, neither has Atlanta's offense. But that's a story. On 3rd and short, Sanders just gets blown.